In May of 2021, Americans across the East Coast began panic buying gasoline. Gas stations ran dry. Long lines formed overnight. Fuel prices surged. And for several days, one of the most critical fuel pipelines in the United States was effectively shut down. Not because of a natural disaster, not because of a war, but because of a cyber attack. Colonial Pipeline wasn't just another company. It operated one of the largest fuel pipeline systems in the United States, transporting gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel across thousands of miles. The pipeline supplied nearly half of the fuel consumed along the East Coast. Every day, millions of Americans depended on systems they would never even think about. Gas stations, airports, businesses, emergency services, all connected to a digital infrastructure quietly operating in the background. And in 2021, that infrastructure became the target of one of the most infamous ransomware attacks in modern history. The attackers behind the operation were linked to a ransomware group known as DarkSide. Unlike the Hollywood image of hackers smashing through firewalls in seconds, many modern cyber attacks begin much more quietly. In this case, investigators later discovered that attackers gained access using compromised credentials tied to a virtual private network account. A password. That was it. No advanced zero-day exploit. No dramatic movie-style breach. Just stolen access credentials that opened the door into critical systems. Once inside, the attackers deployed ransomware designed to encrypt systems and disrupt operations. And suddenly, Colonial Pipeline faced a terrifying decision. Keep operating while potentially compromised, or shut everything down before the situation became even worse. They chose to shut the pipeline down entirely. The effects were immediate. As news spread across the country, panic buying exploded. Drivers rushed to gas stations. Lines wrapped around city blocks. Entire stations ran completely dry. Within days, multiple states declared emergencies as fuel shortages worsened across the East Coast. The attack demonstrated something many people had never seriously considered before. Cyberattacks no longer existed only inside computers. They could disrupt the physical world, transportation, supply chains, energy systems, daily life. And suddenly, a ransomware attack carried out from behind computer screens had created real-world consequences for millions of people. In May of 2021, Americans across the East Coast began panic buying gasoline. Gas stations ran dry. Long lines formed overnight. Fuel prices surged. And for several days, one of the most critical fuel pipelines in the United States was effectively shut down. Not because of a natural disaster, not because of a war, but because of a cyber attack. Eventually, Colonial Pipeline paid millions of dollars in ransom in an attempt to recover operations more quickly. The incident triggered a massive federal response. Law enforcement agencies launched investigations. Cybersecurity experts warned about the growing threat of ransomware groups targeting critical infrastructure. And companies across the country suddenly realized something uncomfortable. Many of the systems powering modern society were far more vulnerable than anyone wanted to admit. The Colonial Pipeline attack became a turning point in how the world viewed cybersecurity, because this wasn't just about stolen data. It wasn't just about hacked accounts. It was about how deeply digital systems had become connected to everyday life. Fuel, transportation, infrastructure, energy. Everything now depended on networks that could be targeted from anywhere in the world. And perhaps the most unsettling part of the entire incident was how ordinary the initial access appeared to be. One compromised password helped trigger a national crisis. And as cyber attacks continue evolving across the world, the question is no longer whether digital infrastructure can be disrupted. It's how prepared society really is when it happens again.